Hello, travel friends. In this episode, we will be talking about the Cliffs of Moher, specifically about the hiking trail. If you've done your research about the Cliffs of Moher in Ireland, you know that there's lots of day trips available from the small towns and cities around that area. You know, you kind of hop on the bus or van or whatever they provide. Most kind of take you to the tourist center, which is sort of like the main Cliffs of Moher area. And then you kind of like walk around, you take your pictures, and then you go back, right? And I think
Hop
that's
back on the bus and head back to another city.
yeah, and I think that's like most people's experience of the Cliffs of Moher. But what we did is I would say like a relatively newer thing or a newer experience is the Cliffs of Moher hiking trail. So this Cliffs of Moher hiking trail started in 2012. It starts in Doolin, and then it goes all the way up to the Cliffs of Moher Tourist Center and beyond.
It's a unique way to experience the Cliffs of Moher while also being active and seeing it from a different angle. This hike is about 3 to 4 hour leisurely walk, and you're on the edge. You are actually on farmland. So these farmers provided an easement so that we could all utilize their land to see the nature of Ireland. And so, as you're continuously going up, you get to see some of the landmarks, but you're hearing the ocean sounds as you're hiking. And then you're also able to see some really unique cliffs like the Devil's Cauldron. Again, you just feel really on edge.
So there's a few things to know when you're sort of like planning your trip. One is that this hiking trail is free, right? So you can go up or down it, wherever you want to do, and it is free, but there are tours available.
There are two tours that we're familiar with. One we went on, so Ollie's tours, but there's also Pat Sweeney has tours. He's kind of the OG tour guide.
So the benefit of these tours is that you sort of get a local's perspective of this area, right? It's kind of like, oh, this is the area where, we went off the path and we found this nook and cranny, and come, we'll show you what it's like. Or like, oh, this is the cliffs where, every year or something, they host like a diving festival or something like that. So you kind of get these little like, just like nuanced history. When we went, these tours weren't expensive. And I felt like it was totally worth the value of doing it, right? Because like you're probably not visiting these cliffs that often, so you kind of want to maximize your experience, maximize your memories. We'll provide the links to the tours in the description, so you guys can check it out. Honestly, like definitely worth checking out.
Yeah. The other thing we should talk about is accessibility. So this is a hike. You are going uphill. It's muddy. It can be slippery. There are some very narrow paths. So if you do have mobility issues, it might not be the best hike for you. We went, it was a little muddy and slippery. You're walking next to barbed wire. So a lot of little things just to keep in mind, but I think you should be very comfortable with a 3 or 4 mile hike, as well as going uphill.
I guess we can also mention that there are no places to get water, and there's also no cover from the elements. Right? So if you get caught in a rainstorm or something, there you go.
Yes, just come prepared. Wear good shoes, hiking shoes or sneakers. Have a rain jacket. Have a bottle of water, and if you do get hungry quickly, like maybe a little snack.
Yeah, and I also think that they mentioned that the tours are canceled if the weather's too bad, which makes sense.
Yeah, you don't want to be out there during an actual storm. Let us know your thoughts if you've done it or if you're planning to do it, and happy travels.
Till next time.